blocks away.
If you're heading out the door. Now to fentanyl, seems like we've been talking about a lot, but police have seized over 40 pounds of fentanyl in a major drug bust in the Bronx.
It was uncovered just blocks away from another daycare center where that one child died. 3 others got sick after getting exposed to fentanyl. Briella Tomasetti has more from the Kingsbridge Heights section of the Bronx. And it just, begs the question, Briella, how many more out there? How many more are there out there?
Yep, Rosanna and Bianca, good morning to both of you. How many more out there? Are these people perhaps all connected? We have yet to find out the answers to those questions, but this is really hitting everybody here hard because people in the neighborhood are still grieving the death of little Nicholas Dominici. The public outcry, though, was not enough to stop a massive drug mill from operating from inside this apartment behind me, just blocks away, less than a mile away, around a half mile away from that same daycare where his lifeless body was found, and also right across the street from an elementary school.
Fentanyl is everywhere and everything.
The opioid crisis in New York City has reached historic levels, and the video you're looking at proves it. A joint task force seized more than 40 pounds of suspected fentanyl from this home in the Bronx. They recovered 6 pounds of loose powder, 10,000 baggies, grinders, scales, stamps, and rubber bands, all littered across 2 bedrooms, sitting in plain sight atop desks, dressers, and glass tables. A security camera constantly monitored the Heath Avenue apartment, while black trash bags taped to the windows helped to hide the massive drug mill in plain sight.
80% of the drug poisonings that occurred last year were related to fentanyl.
The bust, facilitated on Tuesday night and announced by the DEA yesterday, yielded a drug seizure worth $1.5 million. It was all found about a half mile away from the Divino Niño daycare where 1-year-old Nicholas Dominici died, and 3 other children were taken to the hospital as a result of accidental fentanyl poisoning.
The cartels are synthesizing fentanyl in laboratories in Mexico into fentanyl powder and fentanyl pills that are flowing into the United States.
Here's how the drug raid went down. Members of the DEA, NYPD, New York State Police, and special narcotics prosecutors were doing surveillance late Tuesday afternoon when they observed Juan Gabriel Herrera Vargas carrying a small black bag to the Kingsbridge Road subway station. A little over an hour later, he returned and walked towards the apartment building with the black and tan rolling suitcase. When agents identified themselves to Herrera Vargas, he showed them his ID and ran off, leaving the suitcase behind. Inside, agents found 13 bricks of suspected fentanyl. Later that night, Herrera Vargas exited the apartment, this time with a blue rolling suitcase with a red stripe down the middle. Agents arrested him and seized about 50,000 baggies from inside that suitcase. The arrest gave them the go-ahead to search the home.
We're talking about 40 pounds of fentanyl taken off of New York City streets to equate to almost 1 million potential lethal doses.
Herrera Vargas was arraigned yesterday and charged with criminal possession of a controlled substance, operating as a major trafficker, and criminally using drug paraphernalia. Agents may have taken down one drug trafficker, but say the grim reality is there are many more out there.
So our mission right now is to understand who those organizations are and who's responsible for them and who's doing the work, that we can now target those people and take them off and hold them accountable.
According to the city's health department, drug overdoses resulted in more than 3,000 deaths last year, up from 12% the year prior, fentanyl accounting for almost all of those deaths, about 80%. For now, though, we're live in the Kingsbridge Heights section of the Bronx. Bianca and Rosanna, back to you.
All right, thank you so much.